This video is going to propose a challenge to you. See if you can identify the ways that you are not centered. When we are not centered, when we're not aligned with our true nature, we do not experience the connection to our hearts. We're also not experiencing the connection in the hearts of others. We move out of alignment with our friends, our family, the people we interact with, and the rest of the universe. The consequences of this disconnection are that we attract experiences that tell us the universe does not support who we are. When we're confronted with this lack of support, rather than addressing the disconnection to our own hearts, we tend to act as if our feelings are a consequence of the actions of other people. In this way, we begin to center on them and what they want to gain their support, or we may blame them as a cause of our pain and our disconnection. Either way, our stance automatically makes others more important to us than we are to ourselves. We place ourselves in a reactive posture to the power of other people to affect us. And as a result, not only do we give away some of our personal power, we also give away some of our sense of aliveness in the process. We make others responsible for our own hearts. This is what happens when we are not centered. When we do not center on our own being and on our own heart, we're pulled to being centered to the needs and actions of others. So here are 10 hints that you are off balance or not centered in your own interactions with others. And be honest with yourself. Are any of these your pattern? Hint number 1, we seek others to be our center. When we lose connection to our own heart and core, we seek others to be our center. When we seek to lean on the people in our lives instead of taking responsibility for our own healing, we leave ourselves open and vulnerable to being manipulated by their needs and for them to define our worth and who we are. Hint number 2, we start to feel powerless. When you lose your center, you feel powerless. You start to feel that you cannot change your situation for the better or say what you feel or want. You begin to believe that you're not important, that you don't matter. And then you become feeling that it's okay to ignore your own best interests or who you are when you don't get your needs met. And then it becomes okay if someone ignores your best interests or you do not get your needs met. Hint number 3, you try to adjust to the needs of others. You try to please them or make them like you, because in losing your center, the hearts of others become more important than your own. You then center on their approval, on their acceptance of you. Hint number 4, you begin to blame other people. When your attempts at adjusting to others fail, or you make them responsible for your loss of center, you begin to blame others in your life. Have you ever done that? Hint number 5, you become irresponsible with your own heart. You begin to honor others more than yourself. And you may act totally responsible in your duties at work and seemingly in your dealings with others, in your need to be accepted, liked, or approved of. At the same time, you ignore your own best interests and your own feelings. Hint number 6, you begin not to take care of your feelings, your heart, or your best interests. Instead, your focus shifts to taking care of other things. You begin to put an inconsistent value on the people and things in your life in direct proportion to their hold on you. You become more reactive, more easily ruffled, and you increasingly act out of your fear. Hint number 7, you begin to be more pessimistic about the future. Your experience of losing your center is a contraction. And as a result, there's less expansiveness towards the future. Hint number 8, you often ignore what happens inside of you. When your focus is on the reactions of others, you tend to ignore yourself. However, what happens inside of you is far more important in your life. Hint number 9, you begin to lose trust in yourself as you become disconnected from your center on the inside. You often experience that separation in your heart, in your sense of value and your sense of worth, and in your own will to act for your own heart. And finally, hint number 10, you begin not to like yourself. Having lost your center, you begin not liking the choices you are making in your life. In time, you may experience difficulty in liking yourself and who you have chosen to become and the choices you've made in your life. All of these things happen as a result of losing your center. And in this way, you become contracted to your own spirit and to your own energy. These inward disconnections are primary. When you do not address them, you form emotions and negative emotional states, and then you begin to define yourself by these very disconnections. How do you regain center? Well, you never lose your center. You never lose your core or your heart. What you lose is your connection. And to regain your center, you need to regain your connection. And you do it by reconnecting to the place where that relationship was first lost, where that separation was first felt. And that place is in your heart. How do you reconnect to your heart? In order to reconnect to your heart, you need to stop avoiding your heart. And what do I mean by that is, well, we often edit, ignore, avoid, or try to control what comes from our hearts, from our true feelings. Have you ever had the experience of being asked by someone how you feel about something, and you find yourself lying because the truth is not what someone else wants to hear? When you start down this path, you often begin to lie to yourself, and then your internal dishonesty begins to separate you from your true feelings. You have to learn to stop doing that. You have to become aware of your feelings and what your heart is trying to tell you. And you have to learn to take care of your heart. As you do these things, your connection to your heart will increase, and this will pull you back to center. The process of returning to center and the means to do it through your heart forms much of the basis of a book I wrote to help you do just that. It's called Being Centered: How to Live from Your Authentic Self. It is now currently in its 2nd edition and is available at Amazon under Roman Ole. Thank you very much.